How y'all doing out there? This is your man, Nico B. This is the Blackeffect. So we coming back with a new season. I want to go ahead and get into this message, man, because this is going to be a interesting message, interesting topic. Recently, we all see the things that's going on with Bad Boy. We see Freddie P, Mace exposing Puff. Like I said, to some of us, it's not exposing. This is just some of the things we already knew. It's just confirming these things. The people close to him and close to Bad Boy can confirm these things, just like anyone who's close to a situation. That brings me to Craig Mack. Craig Mack, when you heard him, the interview he gave before he passed, he spoke on somebody. He spoke on a situation of him wanting to kill somebody, or him sitting outside wanting to kill somebody for threatening him, and basically to threaten him to produce music and produce another album. Who do you think he was talking about? Because we all know that Craig Mack did come back. He was on the Special Delivery remix with G-Dep. He did come back for a little minute to rap and to try to do something else with Bad Boy. And it never came to fruition. So, and you also heard from Freddie P that he said, Freddie P told you that Puff threatened him subliminally, saying that, look, if you ain't staying in the studio or something like that, I can get people, I can pay a killer in every one of your buildings, and you go outside and get shot. You also heard from Freddie P that he said that Mace was ducking Puff. Mace, at the time of that Double Up album, or, when Mace was getting on his way out of rap and having all of them problems, he was ducking Puff Daddy. He didn't want to do no music. And Puff Daddy wanted him to go on tour, but he didn't want to. He was ducking him. So then Freddie P said that everybody in Bad Boy was talking about this. That Puff one day just came into the studio unannounced while Mace is asleep in the studio. Wake Mace up. Mace wake up like, man, what's going on? And he just grabbed Mace's hand and put his hand on the gun on his waist. And like, what's up with that tour, Playboy? Mace had to be like, what? Dude had to be like on some... That, like, first of all, a person catch you that you've been ducking, wake you up out your sleep. Like, you think that's a bad dream. Then nigga grab your hand. First of all, ain't no nigga finna be grabbing my hand and motioning towards his crotch, nigga. It's gonna instantly be a problem, nigga. I'm gonna instantly jump up, nigga, and fuck around, strap your ass. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. But he, I guess nigga Mace just didn't even know what was going on. He just put his hand on the gun and was like, look, what's up with that tour, Playboy? You know how Puff talk. But with that being said, with all of these things that and he was even strong on him and Big, like when Gene Deal told you, when he was asking Big, man, you write for Lil Kim and all this stuff, and then Big tomorrow, go on, Diddy, go. So that he was doing that. When you know that he had strong arm tactics, now you can put two and two together, intelligent people, who Craig Mack was talking about, okay? So now we got that established. Craig Mack was the first he was who got Bad Boy hot. He made Bad Boy, basically he started Bad Boy. The Puff Daddy couldn't rap. It was the flavor that Craig Mack brought to Bad Boy. That style was unique. That funk robotic style that Craig Mack had was unique, and it hit hard. Craig Mack was a God-fearing man. That power, you could hear it in his delivery and in his voice. You could hear he always had, a reverence for the Lord, and you could tell. You could tell that in the power and how he commanded, because he had a song, what you gonna do when God comes? What you gonna do? And people he commanded the crowd, a true MC, like how pastors can, do things, Nigga said, what was that? It was on the song Real Raw. And it said, speaking like a deacon or a pastor, the master, baby, death. Okay, G, let's get back to the issue when your tissue. Weeping willow, grab a tissue before I have to dish you. I'm concrete, hard as the street, wet pavement, leaving heads bleeding. Strictly as... Man, Craig Mack was just really ripping that. If you listen to Real Raw, man, he set that off. But he didn't, it wasn't, his style was totally different from Biggie's. And, you know, and he wasn't, and I remember in the time, you know, people used to call Craig Mack ugly. Women used to be calling him ugly. Well, same thing happened with Big. But Craig Mack wasn't willing to play the go along, get along game early. He wasn't willing to do it. I told you, God warned him, get away, get out of there. Get out of there. God, sometimes God will take your blessings. He'll stop. He'll block what you would think would be a good thing for you. He'll block it. He'll block it in order to protect you. The same thing, like I used to be in the industry, in the music industry. I know that. And I never really got to the, we did a lot in the music industry. It was pretty, you know, locally successful, but I never made it mainstream or anything like that. And I'm not thinking hindsight now, I see why. The Lord was good for that. And I thank him for that. He kept me away out of the game of weirdos. You know what I'm saying? Out of something, an industry that basically they looking to, it's full of devils looking to use you, swallow you up whole, and spit you back out. That's what they looking to do. They looking to use you. They not looking for your best interest. That's not how it works. Not the name of the game. And so nothing Craig Mack did on Bad Boy was appreciated. When you saw him, Puff constantly trying to embarrass him, you know, first of all, Puff got another artist, flagship artist at the same time. Craig Mack wasn't enough. So then you had at first, Craig Mack was the flagship artist to get the label off the ground. He pretty much did that. Then you had him get put with Biggie, and that was called a Big Mac campaign. That's what Puff was running. It called the Big Mac campaign. And so enter Biggie. Now you have the biggest song that Craig Mack have, the biggest song that he comes out with, Flavor in Your Ear. Pretty much bumping everywhere in New York, all across the world, bumping. You have a remix and you put that artist, the artist who don't like, because Biggie never liked Craig Mack. I just said they had two different styles. Biggie's styles is more grimy, street, gutter. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, rob and kill and sleep with everything moving. Craig Mack is more of I'm an MC bombing on my style is sick. You know what I'm saying? You better, you know, your style can't touch mine. It was two different things. And Puff Daddy put them two on the same song and allowed them to diss each other on the same song. Yes, I'm gonna break this down on the back in just a second. In the Flavor in Your Ear remix video, Craig Mack and Biggie were trading subliminal disses. You know Biggie was the king of that, subliminally dissing niggas. He didn't like Craig Mack at the time. And he was trying to take his spot. Biggie was willing to do what Puff, anything. He was willing to do whatever Puff wanted him to do. He was going to put on the suits. He was going to do all that mafia stuff. Basically take Pac style and run with it. You know, or the presentation of death and all that. Do everything Puff just told him to do. Craig Mack didn't want to do that. So Puff, in turn, out of spite, what he did is allow Biggie to not only hop on the song and diss Craig Mack subliminally, he let Big go first. If you knew how songs were structured back in the day, there was no way that you allowed a dude to go first on a song that wasn't his, on another artist of yours remix. No, that artist was supposed to set it. That's how it go. The artist are either supposed to set it or go last. Craig Mack was in the middle of his own song. That was weird. And that was all out of spite of Puff, you know, trying to get him out of there. Or trying to basically establish Biggie as the flagship artist who was willing to go along and get along. So fast forward, you have, like I said, the situation that happened with Craig Mack. To where he came back, he thought niggas was going to treat him right again. He even tried to reconcile, but then it was worse. You know how the Lord say, when you return to that stuff that you left, it's worse when you come back to it. You understand? So now this nigga damn near about to have to kill somebody. Or be killed, you know, because like I said, then calling him, talking about, man, what's up with that album? He's like, man, you owe me money. You ain't even paid me. Yeah, you know who he's talking about. So that bring me to the Flavor in Your Ear song. The remix. If you just look at it, You listen to the lyrics. The nigga Biggie. When first of all, like I said, you let him go first on that's a song on Craig Mack's song. That was unheard of. And we all know how the bad boy come out to play. And they say niggas is mad. I get more butt than ashtrays. F a fair one, I get mine the fast way. Ski mask way, nigga ransom notes. Far from handsome, but damn a nigga tote. What you tote? More guns than roses, foes is shaking in they boots. Invisible bully, like the gooch. Here we go. It said, disappear, vamoose, you whack to me. Take those rhymes back to the factory. I see the gimmicks, the whack lyrics. The shit is depressing, pathetic. Please forget it. You're mad because my style you're admiring. Biggie is talking to Craig Mack saying you mad because you admire my style, which I don't think Craig Mack ever did. You're mad because my style you're admiring. Don't be mad. UPS is hiring. You should have been a cop. Fuck hip hop. So, like, Biggie just randomly talking to people? Nah, man, he said, you should have been a cop. I told you how Craig Mack rap is more straight lace. Craig Mack was not on no smoking all that. Was smoking mad weed, you know, smacking women up, busting guns out down. He was more straight lace, but he was raw and he commanded authority. You understand? He wasn't no punk. You wasn't finna chump Craig Mack. And Craig Mack, nigga, when Craig Mack got the bumming on the mic, he was one of the best freestylers off the head that there were, off the dome. But Biggie is getting at him right here. Said, you should have been a cop, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You talking all this righteousness. You talking all this stuff, nigga, man. Forget hip hop, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Should have been a cop. With that freestyle, you're bound to get shot. I'm not from Houston, but I rap a lot. I pack the gat a lot. Flav about to drop. And then that ended Biggie's verse. You seen Puff all behind Big. I'm showing you on the visuals. You see Puff all behind Biggie. Nigga, oh yeah, baby. Like, come on, man. And so enter Craig Mack. Craig, you think Craig Mack, this his song. You think he didn't hear them lyrics first? You think he didn't come into the studio and hear what Biggie laid on? Even if he already laid his verse at the time. Craig Mack, once Biggie laid his and he heard it, Craig Mack not stupid. He was like, what? And so that nigga laid his. He probably went and redid it and he laid his verse and it went like this. And then Craig said, word up, no rap, no crap. You bore me. Wanna grab my D. Too lazy. Hold it for me. Bang. He was banging from the beginning. That nigga said, word up. It's no rap, no crap. You boring to me. But I want to grab my nuts. You want to grab them. I'm too lazy. You hold them for me. Basically saying like, Biggie, you under me, nigga. I set this off. You know what I'm saying? You under me. How you going to try to come up here and pull rank? Niggas say, man, too lazy. Hold them for me. I'm straight rap great. Busting heads, straighten dreads. I'm everlasting. Like the toe on pro cads, a tech 9 when I rhyme. Plus I climb. Word is bond. Your album couldn't mess with one line. It's been 3 years since your last tear. And now I reappeared. Your heart pump fear. Man, he was going in. Craig Mack say, I'm not going to go out without a fight. You hear me? That nigga say, word, I busting head, straighten dreads. I'm everlasting like the toe on pro kids. You remember that? Come on, hard punchline. A tech 9 when I rhyme. Word is bond. Your album, Biggie Ready to Die album, couldn't mess with one line of mine. That's what he was saying. Okay? It's been 3 years since your last tear. Now I reappear your heart pump fear to your gut. Did your girl's butt. I shaped it, scraped it. Now she won't strut. I smash teeth. F your beef. No relief. I step on stage. These girls scream like I'm Keith. Keith Sweat, that is. He say you won't be around next year. My rap's too severe. Kicking mad flavor in your ear. And they ended it there. So do you see? I just broke it down to you. Now, even if you didn't not in the know and don't even know what's going on, just do this for me. Just immediately, just right now, imagine that they were talking about each other. Just imagine that as fact. Now go back and listen to the song and I bet you will hear it a different way. Look at the video and I bet you will look at it a different way. Did you ever see Craig Mack in one scene with Biggie? They on the same label. You saw Craig Mack in the scenes with Rampage, Buster, Puff. Did you see? I don't even think in the pardon me if I'm mistaken, but I don't even think you saw Craig Mack in the same scene as Puff. That's like they was in the video. Puff was already distancing himself from Craig Mack, and that was a bad look, man, to do him like that. But the reason why, man, I leave it at this is that wickedness and righteousness can't coincide in the same room. They definitely can't coincide on the same label. Wickedness don't have no place with righteousness. That's why the Lord himself, he can't tolerate sin and wickedness. The righteous, like people who have the spirit of the Lord, they can't, when they're in the middle or in the midst of those satanic setups and businesses and satanic environments, the satanic people can't operate fully. They can't get their 1-2 off. The devil, like he told when Jesus Christ was cast those demons out of them men, who was cutting themselves in the cemetery. There was a demon-possessed man in the cemetery. Jesus Christ came there. He wasn't scared of him. He just came and he sent those demons out. He basically exorcised them and sent those demons into the pigs. Them pigs, when he was talking to them, them demons was like, Jesus, why are you coming to me now? Why are you messing with me now? Basically, like before our appointed time, you know that God gave Satan dominion on earth. We know that, right? So the demons is like, man, why you messing with me? Let me just have my fun right now. Don't mess with me. And that's basically what, you know, how it is with wickedness and unrighteousness. Because like May said, man, I'm going to tell you this. It ain't nobody who ever, in the battle of good and evil, ain't nobody beating God. You better believe that. So if you're not on God's side, you know that you're not going to win. So when righteous people ever step up towards the wicked, they have the ability to utterly destroy whatever the wicked have built. This is what Tupac was doing to Bad Boy. He saw everything. He didn't like Puff Daddy. And what had to happen? You had to do what Satan did, what Satan loves to do. He kills, steals, and destroys. He killed Tupac. I'm not saying Puff Daddy did, but they had him, you know, we know the story. Tupac was killed. You know, and it was definitely on the strength of Puff Daddy and his fear and a bunch of them, and putting batteries in niggas' backs. Also, you know, like I said, what happened with the Orlando Anderson, them stomping him out and giving him another reason to just be like, okay, this is my excuse to go kill this man. So with that being said, R.I.P. to my man Craig Mack. The man, you know, the originator of the Flav, the Mac, you know, the funk robotic style. One of the best freestylers off the dome that have ever lived. Salute to him, man. Salute to you, and I hope that you resting with the Lord, brother. I really believe that you are. You know, this world can really be unfair sometimes. Like I said, because it really, if it was too much like fairness, Craig Mack would have been he would have been super successful in the rap game. Had a bunch of albums that went platinum, like, you know what I'm saying? But no, yeah, this is what it is in this wicked industry. So with that being said, it's your man Nico B, Blackeffect. I'm gone.